If you've ever wondered what makeup Japanese women actually use, this is coming from a local who lives here. I'm not a skinfluencer, just a Japanese local who genuinely uses these products every day. Everything I'm showing you today is something I bought with my own money, and none of these are sponsored, nor have they ever sponsored me in the past. This video focuses on makeup products from variety stores such as PLAZA and LOFT. These stores are a step above drugstores in terms of design and brand selection, but still more accessible than department stores. In Japan, there are generally 3 places where you can get makeup products. First one is the drugstores. These are affordable and practical. The second types are the variety stores, such as LOFT and PLAZA, mid-range, curated, and trend-focused. And then we have department stores, which are high-end luxury brands. The products I'll be showing you today are the ones I've actually used and loved, some for many years. They're great for everyday look, travel, or quick makeup on busy mornings. And they've worked well on my slightly oily skin and sometimes sensitive skin. Alright, let's get into this video. Alright, let's start off with this one. It's Etvos Mineral Classy Shadow. Etvos is a Japanese cosmetic brand for its skin-friendly formulas suitable for sensitive skin. Their products are free from a lot of ingredients such as parabens, synthetic fragrances, and alcohol. I honestly have loved everything I've bought so far by Etvos because it just works really well on my skin and they produce very good makeup products. So this eyeshadow is a part of their limited edition. I think I bought last year or end of 2023, can't remember, but this one, the limited edition, has a soft purple tone. The usual shades they have are like brown, yellow, pink, purple, and you'll probably find a shade you'll like. Let me give you a swatch on my palms to show you. What I love the most about this product is that the powder doesn't scatter that much. It stays exactly where you apply it, making it beginner friendly and mess free. The glitter you can see on the top left is very, very elegant, not too chunky or tacky, giving your eyes a refined, fancy look without being over the top. So okay, let me show you a swatch. Alright, we have the swatch here, and even though you can't get the exact same color, the Mineral Classy Shadow will have a similar structure but with different colors. So this one, the purple one, it's a great option if you want something feminine and grown up without being too bold. And yeah, Etvos claims that the eyeshadow can be washed off with just soap, so you don't really need like an oil-based cleanser or anything to wash it off. And yeah, just to let you know, this is the eyeshadow I have on today. Alright, next up we have another Etvos product. It's the Mineral Multi Powder in the color Taupe Pink. This is a multi-use product that can be used on your eyes, cheeks, or lips. I have this shade Taupe Pink, which is like a nice, slightly orangey pink color. Because this is a powder, it's a bit too dry for my lips, so I never really use it for that purpose. But I love using this as an eyeshadow or just blush. Especially when I travel, I love bringing this because even though it's so small, so thin, it acts as both an eyeshadow and a blush. So it's a super handy all-in-one product. It's a nice, soft and airy powder that's got a very nice, subtle color. And let me give you a quick swatch. So you can see very nice, soft pink color with a slightly orange tone. So the color is not too strong. So when you just apply it on your eyes, I like using just my fingers or like an eyeshadow brush and then put some color on my eyelids. But as a blush, it can be a bit too pigmented. So what I do is that I get the blush brush, is that the right word? Blush brush. Tap it into it very lightly and then dab it onto the back of my hands just a bit before applying it on my cheeks. And then you put it on your cheeks. And this really helps to control the intensity. Here I just went into it with the powder, and here I just kind of gently did it for like a blush purpose. And it's got a very nice light tint. I would say the texture is pretty matte but blendable, and like I said, the compact size makes it perfect for traveling or for minimal makeup bags. Overall, I think it's very practical and versatile, especially if you like that soft, natural toned look. So this one I have is a color Taupe Pink, but there are also other colors. So depending on the tone of your skin or what color of makeup you like using, you can definitely check out the other colors. Same with the previous eyeshadow, this can also be washed off with just soap. Alright, next up we have Excel's Skinny Rich Shadow. And this isn't the only color I have the brown shade as well. So this is one of Excel's best-selling eyeshadow palettes in Japan. These are very popular amongst Japanese women, especially office workers. It gives you that natural look without being too fancy. I tend to reach out for the Skinny Rich Shadow for a daily use. And I use the brown palette the most, as you can probably already tell by how much I've used it. So it's a muted, cool-toned brown that doesn't lean too yellow. which is hard to find. So with the swatch, I'll show you how I use it. With the top left shade, which is the lightest color, I use it all over my eyelid, and then I blend the top right and the bottom left colors on the inner part of the lid. And then the darkest bottom right color, I use it with a thin brush for eyeliner-like definition or under eye shading. As you can see, the shimmer is very subtle. And I do the same with this coral and purple color, which is number 6 on the color palette. I like this for when I want something a bit different, but clearly you can tell which one I reach out for the most. This product has a really subtle shimmer, definitely more like a soft glow than like glitter. So it's perfect for a professional or everyday look. I've actually also used a few other brown shades as well in the past, and I liked all of them. So they do have like 50 shades of brown in the lineup. So if you're really picky with like what kind of brown shade you like, then this one is definitely worth checking out. XL also makes a product called Real Close Shadow, which is more playful and sheer. It's good if you want to experiment with color. I've used the pink shade of Real Close Shadow, and it was perfect when I was in my early 20s, but then now that I'm in my 30s, I prefer the subtle colors of the Skinny Ridge Shadow. Next is another XL product. It's Cream On Fit Shadow. This is a stick type eyeshadow that's newer than the Skinny Ridge Shadow that has become really popular in Japan since its launch. So this one I have currently is the GF10 color, which is a dark gray shade, just like that. I apply it directly on my eyelid, then use my fingers to smudge out the edges, so it creates a nice gradient. It really blends in beautifully with a smooth gradient. So this one currently, like I said, is the gray color, and I'm gonna show you what the color looks like. It's actually not that bold. I would say it's pretty like on the sheer side of it. So once you apply it, it's like just a nice gray color, and then soon after you apply it, you can smudge it with your fingers and it becomes more like a lighter shade. And it creates a very nice gradient. So previously I had the GF2 color. I think when they first launched it, they didn't have that many choices of colors, and I felt like GF2 would be the best option for me, so I bought that. But it felt a bit too yellow for my cool tone skin. So I gave it to my mom, who has a warm tone, and she really loves it. The staying power for this product is actually amazing. It's actually great for if you're traveling or doing some kind of water sport, or if you're going to be out the whole day. So I guess it's been 1 or 2 minutes since I applied this on my back of my hand, and I'm gonna try to smudge it now. You see, it doesn't like come off very easily, even though I'm like rubbing my hands quite hard. There are some on this finger, but like you can see that this hasn't disappeared as much. And yeah, when I had the GF2 color of this, I went on a snorkeling tour when I was in Okinawa. So I had just sunscreen, this on, and a bit of like waterproof eyeliner. And after snorkeling, the eyeshadow was still there. It really stayed on very well. My only issue with this product is the shade range, or maybe it's just because of my shade choices, so it's probably my own fault. But I feel like this GF10 is a little too dark to put it like all around my eyelid, and GF2 was too yellow. So I'm hoping to find like a lighter, cool tone shade that will suit me better, and that will be suitable for like a whole eyelid look, but not too light so it looks like I'm wearing makeup. If I find one, I will let you know. So yeah, anyway, I bring this with me when I'm traveling because this one stick is enough for my eyeshadow makeup. It's very light and obviously doesn't take too much space. So on travels, I would usually take this or the Etvos one, depending on how I feel and also what I'm wearing and the occasion. Because if it's heavy on like the daytime activities, then this would be nicer with the lighter color. If it's like an evening activity, then this one with the darker color will be suitable. Or sometimes I bring both. Okay, I'm trying to use some cleansing water to wipe it off, but it's not coming off very easily. So you do definitely need like an oil-based cleanser to wash this off. All right, now we have a different brand. It's the Love Liner Liquid Eyeliner. Love Liner is an iconic in Japan and one of the few brands that offer eyeliner refills, which makes it a slightly more eco-conscious choice. It's waterproof, smudge-proof, but washes off easily with just warm water. I guess it's very beginner-friendly and practical. As for the colors, I've used both rose brown and mocha gray. Rose brown is like a subtle reddish brown color, and mocha gray is a balanced gray brown that's not too cool and not too warm. So the packaging here I have is the one for the rose brown. You can see it's like pink, so it suits the rose brown theme. But the inside I have is the refill for mocha gray. Yeah, you can just like screw this inside At LOFT or PLAZA, you can find the product like that. And then you insert it into the old container and set it like that. Easy. So let me show you a quick swatch of the Mocha Grage. So as you can see, the color is actually not too bold, and that's the purpose of this. It's meant to be like that. So sometimes I want to look more like an independent woman with like a bolder makeup for a special occasion. But then there are also other times where I want to look more like softer and more approachable. And that's when I really like to use this Mocha Grage color. It really gives you that soft but still defined look that doesn't scream eyeliner. So I would say it's perfect for daily or office makeup. Yeah, so along with the Etwas eyeshadow for eyeliner, I have this on today. And one more feature of this eyeliner is that the packaging is a bit heavier compared to the other eyeliners. And they say that gives you a better control when drawing the eyeliners. A lot of the Japanese YouTubers I watch, they praise this product a lot, and they're praised often for their color range and long wear. When I checked their website, it seems like they have a Pokemon collab going on right now. So if you're into that, now is definitely the time to check it out. Next up, we have something a bit different. It's the Fujiko Eyebrow Tint. Fujiko is another well-known Japanese brand with lots of items, and this one is one of the popular ones. So here I have the SVR01 Chocolate Brown color, which is the second darkest out of the 4 colors they have. So it's great if you have dark hair but want something a bit lighter than just, dark brown. So here's how it works. You would apply this at night, let it dry, peel it off the next morning, and rinse with water. The tint lasts for about a few days. It's perfect if you have sparse eyebrows or want to save time in the mornings. I use it maybe like 2 days before I have like really early mornings, so I can skip doing my brows altogether. It saves me like, 1 to 2 minutes every morning. And yeah, because this doesn't really wash away, it's great for when you're traveling or planning to do some water activities, when you don't want to lose your brows in the water. Yeah, let me show you what the applicator actually looks like. I would say it just kind of looks like a very hard brush that you can apply easily on your eyebrows. So here's how it works. You would apply this onto your eyebrows at night, leave it overnight, peel it off the next morning, wash it with water, and then you'll get eyebrows that will stay on for a few days. I would say about 3 days. Alright, to end with, we have a lip product. It's Etwas Mineral Sheer Rouge. We have another Etwas product. Can you tell I really like this brand? So I bought this when my lips were feeling very irritated from other products, mostly Korean lipsticks and some luxury brands. They left my lips kind of swollen and then flaky. But then when I was going into the office every day, I had to put on makeup every day, and this was one of the only things that didn't irritate my lips. So if you've seen my drugstore cosmetics video, you saw that my lip monster were like almost running out, and this one's very similar. I only have this much left, so I would probably have to go in with a lip brush to get what's left. But yes, let me show you the color. I think I can still do that. Yes, there we go. So you can see that the color is very sheer, and it's pretty moisturizing as well. I wouldn't say it's long-lasting, but it's great if you want a touch of color and something that's more comforting. So this shade I have is from the older lineup, which is the Prime Red color. So I wouldn't say this is my ideal color, but back then there weren't that many color options available. These days they've changed their color range, and there are colors like Boston Pink and Rosy Fig, which will probably suit my skin better. So when I'm done with this current one, I want to pick up those new colors that will be better for like a daily use, because this one is pretty red, so I would only use it on like some occasions. Actually, now that we're here, let's put this on so I can show you what the color looks like. So currently I have the Dior Maximizer, which isn't Japanese, so I'm not really introducing you to it. So I'm gonna take that off and yeah, put this on to show it to you. So even though I said the color is pretty sheer, you can still see the color, because it's not like a lighter color, it is like a bold red. So you can definitely still see it, and it is so moisturizing. It feels so much better than the Maximizer, to be honest. But yeah, overall this is my go-to lip product when my lips are not in a good condition, or I just want something simple and gentle to just like casually go out. Alright, so that was all the products I wanted to show you in this video today. There are some products I mentioned in the drugstore makeup video that are available in variety stores too. These are products such as the Deja Vu Mascara, Obagi CC, Heavy Rotation Eyebrow Mascara, and Can Make Creamy Touch Liner. I already explained this in detail in the drugstore video, so if you're curious, make sure to check that out. So these were my current favorite products that I picked up from variety stores such as LOFT and PLAZA, things I've actually used and loved. Other than LOFT and PLAZA, you can find find these products in cosmetics shops, shops like Shoppin or Eins Tulpe. If you've tried any of these or have your own favorites that I should check out, please let me know in the comments. I'm always curious about what other people are using, especially if it's something I haven't discovered yet. And of course, others videos watching this video can check it out too. If you've enjoyed this video, please let me know. I've only recently started making beauty related videos, but if there's enough interest, I'd be happy to make more videos like this in the future. So just a simple comment like you found this useful or you enjoyed this video, plus a thumbs up on this video would really help me know whether or not to make more videos like this. Thank you very much for watching until the end. I mainly post about Japanese food and culture on this channel, but do subscribe and hit the bell button if you want more beauty related content. Bye!